Hey guys, how's it going? I'm Garrett, clinical sports massage therapist from Huntington Beach Equinox. Here today to talk about the power down, power through service that we're doing here. So traditional Swedish massage, aromatherapy as well, and we're going to add in a little bit more in there too. So we're going to teach you something called tactical breathing that our clients can take with them outside of this service, outside of this treatment, and it's a way for them to regulate not their respiratory system, but how they choose to use the respiratory system to bring more attention to the moment and forget about the future and the past and really stop worrying about this auxiliary stuff and just focus on the moment. So we're going to make sure that we do this effectively with breathing. So we're going to place one hand on her chest, one hand on her abdomen, and our first initial here is just watching. So she's just going to take some long, slow, deep breaths, and we're seeing what moves first. Is it this hand? Is it that hand? What we really want to see is that this abdomen is primarily the one that's moving the most. Great. Sarah's case, it looks like it is. But just seeing a move here isn't quite enough for us. We want to make sure we have access to that abdominal cavity in 360 degrees. So I'm going to come through here, place my hand just about in that QL. I'm just waiting to see if I can feel her breath in there. And I can, it feels good. And I'm going to come to this other side here, same thing. And it moves well there too. If it didn't move well, and we didn't have, such a perfect model here with us, we would kind of have to scan through there and feel, using our palpatory skills, what areas aren't moving. And so, if I kind of do a quick scan on Sarah here, I can feel some stuff over here that's not quite moving. So visceral work or abdominal work can kind of feel invasive for people, or they can get ticklish. Even saying the word ticklish can sometimes make people ticklish. So an easy way of doing this is just taking their hand and having them apply that pressure. Be like, sure, good, you don't need to do anything special. And I'm just going to guide their hand through here, and we're just going to put some resistance into it in the direction that it least wants to move, which feels like that way. Good. And then just breathe normal for me there. Good. And back out. And as she exhales, we're just going to kind of sink further down, closer to her spine, slowly but surely, and breathe back in. So she breathes in into that abdomen. We're creating resistance against that pressure. And as she exhales, we're assisting that exhale and sinking deeper in. And even after just those first two breaths, we got a nice change in motility of that tissue there. So anything you see in there, go for it. If they're a little ticklish, use their hand. If that's still enough, you can actually have your clients kind of wrap their hand around here, and they can stretch this tendon here. It takes down like pretty much all sensations throughout their body that are associated with proprioception through the skin, and it takes away that ticklishness or like a gag reflex kind of thing. It's kind of a nice way to hack into that as well. So now that we actually have access to the ability to inflate the abdomen, we're going to use that ability now, and we're going to harness a breathing pattern so that way we can get out of that fight or flight system and kind of down regulate to a more rest and digest. This is a skill that our clients can take, to work with them. They can take it at home with family when they're in stressful situations there. They can take it into quiet moments by themselves where they're wondering what's going on and they want to kind of really be in more control. It's pretty useful. Our special forces use it when they're out there doing their job, and they need to kind of tone down that peripheral information, just focus in. And if it works for them in those high stress situations, it'll definitely be a boon to us and our clients to use at our will too. So the way this works is Sarah's going to take a really big deep breath in through her nose. We're going to see that inflate in the abdomen, and then she's going to hold that inhale for a 4 count. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're going to have her exhale through a straw in her mouth. And she's going to hold that for a 4 count. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then an inhale again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and she's going to hold that for 4. And exhale for 4. And hold that for 4. Good. And we're going to go through that cycle about 4 times. At the end of that 4 times, they're more than welcome to continue doing that cycle. They can stop, they can do what they want, but the more they can kind of focus on doing that during our 15-minute massage, the more they're going to hone that skill in this breathing pattern, the more they can take this breathing pattern into every aspect of their life. And if they're in a situation where they want to be in more control and kind of channel that attention to their breath, they can do that at any time, and you've given them that skill set in your 50 minutes. So, normal Swedish massage, aromatherapy added. We start supine. We can put a little towel over their face so that way they're not staring up in these bright lights like we are here today. We're going to do a little assessment to see, is she breathing in her abdomen, is she breathing in her chest? If she's breathing in her chest, can we cue her down here to get more abdominal breathing? If we do that, does it go 360 degrees? If we don't have that, is there areas of there that aren't moving that we can? We're going to use their body and their hand to kind of create that resistance in their breath to do our release work, nice and gentle, not invasive, not ticklish. And then after we have that motility in there, we're gonna cue her through. 4 in through the nose, hold for 4. Exhale through the mouth, straw-like mouth. Exhale for 4, hold for 4. Repeat that for 4 times. And we're gonna have them do that during our whole service while we kind of go through our normal traditional Swedish massage with our aromatherapy essential oils. So any questions or concerns, please feel free to reach out. Hopefully you guys will all be lucky enough to have such a compliant model like we had here with Sarah today. And maybe you'll be lucky enough to see such a great movement in the abdomen like we were lucky enough to see here today. If not, you know what to do. And some cueing that'll help too. So even if you don't get a lot of headway in here and there's a lot of work that needs to be done over multiple sessions, don't be afraid to mention that. Let them know that that's breathing pattern. The more they can carry that into their day-to-day lives, the more work you guys can get in here together. So that homework for them would be practicing this on their own, right? And the cool part is if they really do have that chest breathing as a primary dominant pattern for them, they're gonna have so much benefit from this that they're gonna be so excited to come back and see you for more to get this work done. It'll be pretty dramatic in their day-to-day lives. Any other questions, please feel free to reach out. Thank you.